So we all know the system, political system, and that includes the corrupt media, is protecting Joe Biden, and that will continue. So as I said, he's going to be the greatest president since Thomas Jefferson, Teddy Roosevelt. He may fall a little short of Abe Lincoln, but he's going to be the greatest guy. And anything goes wrong, it can be Trump's fault. All right? Now, he's got a problem with his son because his son is being investigated by the Justice Department, took $15 million. Did he pay tax on it? I don't know. If he didn't, gonna be trouble. So he got all this money because his father was vice president at the time. And there's no doubt about that. No doubt about it. All right, Hunter Biden got more than $10 million because his father was vice president. Period. Okay, so Joe and Jill Biden go on the Colbert program, which is just rank propaganda. It's not a humor program. It's not an interview program. It's just left-wing propaganda. That's all it is. That's all Colbert has always been. Roll the tape.
I know you want to be as bipartisan and reach across the aisle, but as much as you don't want it to happen, you know that the people who want to make hay in Washington are going to try to use your adult son as a cudgel against you. How do you feel about that, and what do you have to say to those people?
Well, look, we have great confidence in our son. I am not concerned about any accusations been made against him. It's used to get to me. I think it's kind of foul play, but look, it is what it is.
It is what it is? Number one, please never say that. It is what it is. We don't know what it is. We don't know what Hunter Biden did with all the money. We don't know who got the money. We don't know anything because the media won't investigate. The Justice Department says it's investigating. Does anybody have any confidence in that? Hello, anybody? It is what it is. What it is a mess. And if by some miracle, and this isn't hard, Hunter Biden's tax returns don't show $10 million, Hunter Biden's going to jail. And if his father got any of that money, well, I'm not even going to speculate. Is what it is. So Mr. Biden is defending his son. Now, I put myself in that shoes. If my son did this, would I be defending him? Probably. Probably. He's your blood. Here's Biden.
My son has not made money in terms of this thing about, what are you talking about, China?
Did Hunter Biden commit a crime? Have you spoken to your son, Mr. President-elect?
Proud of my son.
So what about the Americans who really today only want me to ask you about Hunter Biden's laptop? How are you going to get them to see that you are fighting for them?
And by the way, there's nothing to any of that. Nothing to any of that. It's all a smear. Every major outfit, every serious investigator has pointed out that this is a smear.
That's not true. It's not even close to being true. All right, there are serious people in the Justice Department looking at this and trying to find out where all that money went. Okay, so the press should be trying to find out independently of the Justice Department where all that money went. Press is not. Roll the tape.
Can I say something? You know, this is 60 Minutes, and we can't put on things we can't verify.
You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't put on things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify
It's been totally
that.
verified.
No.
Coming up here, how Fox News is like Game of Thrones, how Fox is like Breaking Bad. We're going to show you how this new anti-Biden narrative from the Murdoch media machine was manufactured.
The Wall Street Journal is reporting the president mulling over appointing a special counsel to investigate the election and Hunter Biden. None of this is going to stop, Peter. So how on earth does the president-elect keep his head down and focus on the Bible he's going to place his hand on and the oath to follow and the job to follow after January 20.
Oh, that's right. None of this is going to stop. Why are we looking at millions of dollars in unexplained money from foreign countries to the son of a vice president? Wow, why are we doing that? And all this, that, blah, 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 blah. So the establishment in Washington, of which Mr. Williams is a part, even though he lives in New York, they're going to protect Joe Biden down the line. So the only entity that could expose this is the Justice Department under Attorney General Barr. Well, today, Mr. Barr said he's not going to appoint a special counsel to look at Hunter Biden. Roll it.
I think to the extent that there's an investigation, I think that it's being handled responsibly and professionally currently within the department. And to this point, I have not seen a reason to appoint a special counsel, and I have no plan to do so before I leave.
All right, so what does that mean? I think to the extent that there is an investigation. What does that mean? Is there an investigation or not? Do you care about it or not, Mr. Barr? Now, I understand not appointing a special counsel if you got your guys and gals all over it. I understand that. You don't want to undercut them. And then there's election fraud. He's not going to appoint a counsel to investigate election fraud either. Here's what he says, quote, I'm sure there was fraud. This is the Attorney General saying to the American people, I'm sure there was fraud. But I was commenting to the extent, another extent, to which we had looked at suggestions or allegation of systemic or brace fraud that could affect the outcome of the election. And I stand by the statement that there wasn't. All right, but you haven't completed, Mr. Barr, with all due respect. And he leaves on Thursday. You haven't completed the investigation. You haven't done forensics on the voting machines in question. You haven't done analytics on the mail-in voting. So how do you know? See, this is what I mean. We are living in a corrupt country. The country is corrupt. And that's because we have a corrupt media that looks the other way unless you're a Republican or you're conservative. Now, when you have no watchdog, no one looking, you're going to commit crimes. That's what's happening in Chicago and in New York. These are violent crimes because there's nobody to stop you. Defund the police. Now here, and I really hate to say this, I think William Barr cares more about being accepted by the establishment in Washington going forward than he does getting to the bottom of this stuff. That's what I think.